Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is people who insist on being involved in things that may not concern them. Might sound funny, but there is a type of person, and I hate to say type of person, but it kind of conveys my message, um, who will involve themselves with or without an invitation. And to some of these people, especially people who may be, involved with your employer, if you have an employer, or people who are perhaps not even visible to you, but who are aware of you and make decisions on your behalf, which happens sometimes. Just because you can't see somebody doesn't mean that they can't see you, unfortunately. Some of these people consider it to be the highest courtesy to offer you the choice to remain invisible or to become famous. They consider it a courtesy to offer you that choice, as if their role and involvement were a foregone conclusion, as if it is their decision to make, right? Just imagine being able to make your own choices. Imagine being able to decide and change your mind sometimes, legitimately, to be famous or not, to be in a spotlight or not. Imagine that it isn't always up to some other person, and you don't have to petition them and request their green light, so to speak. You see, people like to be involved because it gives them a stake in things. It gives them a sense of peace. It gives them financial rewards, so sometimes, often. It gives them free entertainment, sometimes and often. And there's this thing called living vicariously through people, where somebody might derive some kind of pleasure or experience from your experiences. I want to mention one thing. So when you make good decisions, when anybody makes good decisions, there's a consequence. When you make bad decisions, there's also a consequence. These are the ones we're most familiar with, right? But either way, those belong to you because you made those decisions. However, somebody might try to steal your experiences, your good feelings when you make a good choice or do hard work, when you're successful, when you earn something. What's the real reward when you earn something? It's that good feeling, really, at the end, right? Not just the stuff that comes out of it, the material things, but the experience along the way, and especially the good feeling you get from it. And if somebody can take that without earning it, just by, piggybacking or riding along, well, eventually it becomes a conflict of interest. Eventually they become a parasite and an addict. If they find a way to consistently take that from you or anybody, I happen to think that there's a whole culture of this going on right now, of living vicariously through people, and there's a huge effort underway to normalize it, to make it so common that nobody questions it, to make it policy, that everybody is just on display, that everybody's experiences are up for grabs. You don't have to earn anything, you just find a guy who's doing it. Well, that doesn't work. It might work for about a minute, after which there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians, as they say. Too many chiefs and not enough Indians, if you'll pardon the expression. Somebody's got to pay. Somebody's got to actually earn it. And if everybody's just piggybacking, if everybody's just living vicariously through someone else because they can, well, it should be pretty obvious that that's a short-term profit model that will not last. It's what we call unsustainable. Anyway, that's a lot of tinfoil talk for you, but it's not a conspiracy theory if it's a conspiracy fact. There are real conspiracies, and in fact, last thing I'll say just before 5 minutes is that conspiracy is an actual crime on the books. It is. And I think it's funny. The biggest conspiracy of all is that we've all been programmed to think conspiracies are crazy. Talking about conspiracies are crazy. Why would we be conditioned to think that? Maybe it's because somebody doesn't want to be called out for conspiring, organizing, concentrating. These are all things. They happen. And to say that it's common, therefore it's okay, it's not good enough. A behavior is defined by the reason for it and the effect of it. The choices you make, the quality of them, the moral disposition of them are defined by your intentions and the actual effect of it. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. What you were trying to do and what came out of it defines it every time. Anyway, have a great day. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.